Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Live with Mel. Kyle Rittenhouse is missing. Now, before we dive in and really speak about what's going on with Kyle Rittenhouse, I would like to thank our sponsors, Neuhaus Cleaners. Neuhaus Cleaners will keep your house looking like new. If you are looking for a maid service or a cleaning service to keep your house looking like new, go ahead and contact Neuhaus Cleaners. And thank you guys so much for sponsoring the show. Kyle Rittenhouse is missing. Now, many of you may remember who Kyle Rittenhouse is, and many people may not. But when there was protesting and unrest in Kenosha, Kyle Rittenhouse was the teenager who was there protecting the city, but instead ended up killing 2 people and injuring a 3rd. So before we dive in and really look at what's happening right now with Kyle, let's kind of recap what Kyle did so we understand why it's very important to know why he's missing and why he's not at the location that he should be at. Now, on August 25th, Kyle Rittenhouse went into Kenosha during the civil unrest, and he went armed. He was illegally armed with an AR-15, and he was walking in and he was roaming the streets with this weapon to what he was stating is to protect the city. But essentially, he was walking in a city illegally armed. I want to make sure that everyone knows that he was illegally armed. He went in at the age of 17, illegally armed, and he approached a group of people and he shot and killed a person. Now, after he shot and killed a person, he went and he ran because people chased him, and he shot and killed another person and then injured a 3rd person. Now, there was a lot of controversy surrounding this case because the second video was released prior to the first video of him killing the first person. And because of this, because of the controversy around it, many people on the right wing believe that Kyle was justified, while many people who were supporting the unrest believe that Kyle was a cold-blooded murderer. Now, this is very important in the fact that he's missing right now, because part of the reason why he is out on bond right now is because of the celebrity that he has amassed because the right wing believed that he was justified in the killing. Now, when Kyle was arrested and brought in and charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder, his bail was set to $2 million. Kyle's bail was set to $2 million. And he was able to make bail, to make bond because of his celebrity. They had people like Mike Lindell, who's the My Pillow guy who we've been hearing a lot about in the news. So people like Mike Lindell went ahead and funded and raised money for his bond. Now, many people, including prosecutors, are stating that because there's no liability with what's happening with Kyle, because the bond was paid for by organizations on the right wing, he doesn't have as much holding on to him to make him stay in place. And we see that now with what happened this week. Now, Kyle has re-entered the news this week. Kyle is now in the news again because on February 3rd, officers went to go check on Kyle. And when they went to his residence, when they went to his house, they saw that Kyle was no longer living at his residence. Kyle was no longer at the residence that was on file by the clerks. Now, again, this is now someone who is supposed to register their address with the courts because they're out on bond. But Kyle is missing. Most people, including the courts, do not know where Kyle is. And when the officers went looking for Kyle Rittenhouse, his legal team went ahead and stepped up and stated that Kyle is currently in a safe house. So Kyle Rittenhouse is currently in a safe house because he and his mother are hiding because of threats. Now, prosecutors are very upset about this. Prosecutors are in the situation where they're saying that they now want to issue a new arrest warrant in order to re-arrest Kyle Rittenhouse because he is missing. Now, his legal team is looking to the judge to have his new address be entered in private so that it won't be available for the public. But they're stating that unless they can prove with a lot of evidence that Kyle is in fact in danger, that Kyle in fact is hiding because people are threatening his life, that they will not put his new address in the safe house as private. Now, prosecutors are saying they want to re-arrest Kyle Rittenhouse. They want to put him back into jail, and they want to increase his bond by another $200,000. Now, prosecutors and people who want to see Kyle found guilty, they are very much upset with the bond at $2 million because they're saying that Kyle has no reason to stay in place because there's no liability on him and his bond, because the money that was used to pay his bond was raised by fundraisers, by online fundraisers, by the far right who believe in what he did. Now we see even celebrities like Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, was one of the people who donated money and also raised money for Kyle's bond. And because of this, because there's no liability on Kyle for bond, many people are afraid that he may just take off. And as we're looking right now, in a sense, he did take off. Now, again, his legal team is saying that he is in a safe house, but there's no way right now for the prosecutor and the courts and the clerk to know that he's really in a safe house. But they're saying that once they know that the address will be kept private, they will go to the clerk's office and they will give the address. So what are your thoughts, guys? What do you guys think in terms of what's going on with Kyle Rittenhouse? Do you guys believe that it's right for him to run to the safe house? Do you believe that his address should be private? Or do you think this is just another excuse of his to run around and maybe avoid prosecution? Now, the way that bail is set up, the way that bonds are set up, is that you have to abide by the terms of the bond. And in Kyle Rittenhouse's case, the terms of his bond was that he needed to update his address and always keep it current. Now, this is not the first time that they had to go ahead and talk about Kyle's bond. When Kyle was first released on bond, they found him with drinks in his hand and him holding up the OK sign that many people on the far right do throw up. And prosecutors went in to renegotiate the terms of the bond with the judge, and they put him in place, and he is not allowed to consume alcohol or throw up any signs that are in reference to the far right or any organizations. So let's go to the comments really quickly. So Joanna says, I understand if he's afraid for his life, but why would he not notify authorities that his life was in danger? And this is something that again, prosecutors are saying. They're saying that if you were truly in danger, if Kyle was truly in danger, if he was receiving true threats, his legal team should have brought this to the prosecutors and they could have put him in some kind of safe house. With Kyle being missing right now, one can only assume that he is actually in a safe house. One can only assume that he's hiding because of threats. With Kyle being in a safe house and not having the address provided to authorities, he could be in a safe house or he could be on the run. The reason why the clerk has to have the address is to ensure that people on bond are not on the run and they're not running away from the cops, and they're going to be present during their trial. And because Kyle is pushing the limits and he is moving around and not giving authorities his address, is something that is worried for the prosecutors, because they want to make sure that he is in a position to stand trial. So prosecutors are now looking to the judges. They're looking to the judge in charge of this case in order to reissue an arrest warrant for Kyle Rittenhouse and to increase his bond by $200,000. Now, do you guys think this is fair? Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know whether you believe that it's fair. The prosecutors are trying to increase his bond by another $200,000. Now, again, one of the reasons why they're increasing it is because they know that he really didn't come up with money. His family didn't come up with the money, and there's nothing really being held on collateral because of his celebrity from the right wing. Many people on the far right hold Kyle to a high standard. They believe that he is a hero in their eyes. And because of this, because they see him as some kind of hero, because they see him as someone who was defending the city, they raised the money for him to be released on bond. And again, people like Mike Lindell, which we have heard a lot about in the news, was part of his team in raising funds. Or do you believe that prosecutors were right? Do you believe that prosecutors are in the right and that they should ask for this extra $200,000 in bond and that they should rearrest Kyle? Because in all honesty, if this was any other case, if this was any other situation, if this was anything else that was not necessarily in the public eye, the prosecutors would be rearresting the suspect at the moment because they violated their bond. They violated the terms set forth in their bond, and anyone else in the situation would probably have been rearrested. Now, again, Kyle's team is looking to ensure that his address is private. So Kyle's team and Kyle's mom, they're saying that Kyle is receiving many, many death threats. They're saying that he is receiving threats that he needs to be in hiding in order to protect his life. And because of that, that is why they moved him to the safe house. Now, in moving him to the safe house, they did not update authorities. They did not update the address of the clerk's address. They did not tell the judge. They did not tell the prosecutors. They just moved him quietly. And Joanna says exactly. So she's talking about exactly if it was anyone else that they would have already been arrested. So guys, let me know what you think about what's going on. I'll keep you updated with this case. I know when the case first happened, when the crimes first happened, when he was first arrested, I came on, I spoke about that. I recapped it today. But in all honesty, this is a case that people are going to pay a lot of attention to. And it is a case that is in the public eye. And essentially, we want to ensure that there is a fair trial with fair evidence and that there is a defendant who will sit in court to face a jury of his peers. At the end of the day, we are looking at a case where two people lost their lives and someone was severely injured. And we want to ensure that in order to find justice for these people, that the defendant, the person accused of this crime, is able to have his day in court. In order to have his day in court, prosecutors, the judge, the clerk's office all have to know where he is in order to ensure that he is there and sitting in front of a jury of his peers for his day of court. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think he should be rearrested? Do you think they should increase his bond by another $200,000? Or do you guys think that his address should be kept private? Do you think that they should have just block out so people do not know where he is? Now, again, the terms of his bond is that he must keep the court system updated with his current address at all times. And he did not do that. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Go ahead and drop it in the comment section below, whether you were watching this live or whether you're watching this later on. Let me know. I'll come back. I'll message you guys. We'll have the discussion because I really want to know what you guys think. Whether we agree, or whether we disagree, it's very important to have the conversations, and I'm here to have the conversations with you guys. So go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And if you like this show, you will like my other show as well. And that is The Mel Show. And this show is all about motivating, educating, and empowering people to be their best self. So this show is not about current events like this show is, but it is about motivating, educating, and empowering people. So if you like this show, check out my other show on TV. And that is on Apple TV, Roku TV, and Amazon Fire. And you can catch that all on the Easy Way channel. So go ahead and check that out as well. And then I do want to go to the comment about my hair, because someone is making fun of my hair. What's up with the curly fries? Sometimes I wear my hair straight. Sometimes I wear my hair curly. And it's curly because that is my natural hair. So if you don't like it, that's fine. I like my natural hair. I like straightening my hair as well. So I like my curly fries. Anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a great day. And I will see everyone on Monday. Have a great weekend. And again, let me know what you think about what's happening with Kyle Rittenhouse. All right, guys, have a great one. And I will speak to everyone on Monday.